Hi there, this is Mike Fear, Now You're Cooking. Welcome to our fantastic appetizer demonstration. And before we get going on that, let me tell you that next week we have a surprise visitor, Mrs. Claus, with one of her elves. And that's going to be just awesome. That's Thursday. And Friday is going to be a fabulous night, bright night bath. Come by here and we have wine and we have all kinds of things happening. So enjoy next week for getting ready for Christmas. And tonight we've got some exciting things. We've got appetizer and of course I'm the gourmand here. So here's my appetizer. It's a 5-minute little affair here. Just get your crackers, your chicken and a biscuit, and if you've never had them, they're really tasty. So this is probably less than 5 minutes prepping this, as long as we get into the bag. There we go, we're all set. And then you can just basically set a few of these out, and
just the good ones.
Look at that. Yeah. And then easy cheese. How easy is this? And then just basically, I won't point it at basically.
You've got to, there you go.
But you've got to be.
It takes practice.
It does take practice, but it's fun. If the crackers wouldn't move, I'd be doing great. There we go. Look at that. Whoops.
And Mike, what cheese would you suggest? What wine? What wine would you suggest to go with?
To go with this is something we love. It's called Rotgipfler. And if you've ever had a Rotgipfler before, I'd be shocked. This is the only Rotgipfler I know of. And let me tell you, this is awesome. It will go probably with any of the appetizers tonight. Wonderful Italian wine. Come check it out. And with no further ado, because you can see how easy this is and how beautiful I've made it look. So now I'm going to pass over to the experts, and so we're going to go right to Diane, who is going to introduce her appetizer.
Hello, everybody. We're so impressed with Mike's appetizer and his wonderful showmanship. My appetizer takes just a few extra minutes, more than opening up a box and popping open a can. However, it's actually from Ina Gothen's Cook Like a Pro. It's warm dates with blue cheese and prosciutto. It calls for 24 large medjool dates. These are this beautiful dry dates. They had a pit, so all you need to do is split them just enough to take the pit out. You don't want to split them in half, just like that. And then it also calls for 6 ounces of sharp blue cheese. We have this gorgeous Campizola here in the store, and this is what I used. It's very, very creamy rather than chunky, and it's just delicious. You could eat it just as is without anything. And the other ingredient is the prosciutto. We also sell this here at the store. If you've ever tried to peel prosciutto, I will tell you, this is the kind to get. It's layered in between with nice wax paper so that you're not ripping your prosciutto apart. So to start off with, you're going to cut your dates, your dates, and just very easily take a fork, fill the date with as much Campizola. You know, it says blue cheese, but we like to be different. And then, where's my prosciutto?
Right in front of you.
Nope, I had an open package. No, I saved 2 little pieces. Nope. Okay, well that's a mystery. I did have.
You opening this one?
No, I left some.
It's okay.
Okay.
Maybe we ate. Oh, it's right here. There we go.
Oh, phew. Thank you, Louisa. Louisa always comes. So it's beautifully layered. I cut it in half. It's this wide. I cut it in half, simply peel it. If you've ever worked with prosciutto, you know that it can be a little tricky. And then wrap it, put it on a baking sheet, and bake it just until the prosciutto starts to turn brown and the cheese is melting inside. Maybe 400 degrees, maybe 10 minutes, depending upon your oven. And that's as easy as it is. We'll let Mike try one. And the result is, oh good. So basically you have to like dates, you have to like blue cheese, and you have to like prosciutto. So enjoy. 5 minutes, no problem. I'm going to turn this over now to Miss Kelly, who's going to do a wonderful trout dip. Nope, not my keys.
Nope. Hi there, everybody. This is a dairy-free trout dip. Not because of any reason that my family needs it, but we just really enjoy it. We had it once and we couldn't believe it was dairy-free. So in a blender, a high-speed blender works best because it's almonds, blanched almonds, not toasted, but blanched almonds, a quarter cup of olive oil, and a half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a cup of water, and that's already in here. And we're going to turn this on for about 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to go. It's going to get real creamy, but it takes a little while. And then in the bowl, this is going to be 5 to 8 ounces of smoked trout. You can get a can of smoked trout in oil, or you could get where you would find smoked salmon. Sometimes they have the trout there. And you break that up into little flakes. You do some pepper. You do some green onion. It's already been chopped. And you do the zest. I do like a half a lemon. Just like that. And then you want to do some of the juice. Not all of it, because then it would be just too much. You do some of the juice. You mix that up. And you see how creamy that is already? The Vitamix is very powerful. I've had blenders in the past that you have to shake and shake and shake to get the ice to go in smoothies. Not this guy. And anything that with nuts, if you're trying to do any nut butters or this in particular, it gets it all nice and creamy. A regular blender might not work as well. So that's all creamed up. And you would think that this is, you know, sour cream or cream cheese, but it's not. It's almonds.
What a great tool that is.
And this gets out, look at how it scrapes. Scrapes the sides right out. And there we go. And this, I couldn't do anything without this guy. This is my favorite. You mix it all up. And it's really good on crackers, on crusty bread. I had some leftovers for breakfast this morning that I made the other day. Good protein. So you can make it look all pretty. Do a little bit more pepper on the top. And do a little bit more onion. And there you go. Easy. 5 minutes.
Serve it with crackers.
Serve it with crackers.
My turn, I think. Next. Thank you.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Karen when I'm not looking at my microphone.
There we go.
Oops. Maybe like this. I'll need some help, I think. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hi there. Let me just take this away. Thank you, Louisa.
Oh, you can't do it too far. There you go.
Yeah, I'm not going too far. All right. I have an appetizer that I learned from a friend who's a chef in Germany. And I've always liked it a whole lot. I like seafood, and I like it light, and I like it citrusy. So this is about 2 cups of small cooked shrimp. These are Canadian from a local seafood store. I add about a cup or so of finely chopped, relatively finely chopped celery stalks, and the tender stalks from the inside, and about a half a cup or a quarter cup of parsley. And then the dressing is really pretty much 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, about a tablespoon of olive oil. Our favorite is Ariston. I think we all cook with it. Looks like this, and we really, really like it. And then sometimes I use honey. This time I use some maple syrup from Maine for a little bit of a sweetness. And then I have a little bit of salt and cayenne and a healthy grinding of black or white pepper. And to get to the lemon juice, if it's just for 1 lemon or so, I really like this tool. It makes it very easy to get a lot of juice out of your lemons or limes. Thank you. I mix it up. I think it looks colorful. It's really light. It's great with either toasted baguette or with crackers. It goes really well with a glass of bubbly. And you're ready to go. That's it. And now it's Luisa's turn.
Right. And I'm making, these guys all have made these beautiful kind of high class smoked, well, except for Mike, smoked trout and shrimp, and the dates with prosciutto. I am making something that is not terribly high class, but it is delicious. And we're going to serve it with Fritos scoops, if that gives you any indication of how un-gourmet this is. But again, it's delicious. And this was brought to me by, if anybody remembers Karen Lambert that used to work here, this was a dip that she made for wine tastings and for all kinds of fun stuff. It's super easy to put together. It's delicious. It is very not good for you, but it's also really hard not to eat a lot of it because it's really tasty. So we're going to start with sour cream, and I have 8 ounces of sour cream, which comes in an 8-ounce package, which is really nice, so that I don't have to have all that leftover sour cream in my house, which I would probably also eat, even though I really don't need it. I have about a quarter cup of mayonnaise. So far, nothing nutritionally redeeming about this. But look, green. These are scallions, which I cut up. It's a whole bunch. I think the recipe calls for a half cup or a quarter cup. I'm just going to put them all in because it really doesn't matter. And I had them, so why not put them in there? I have a can of Mexicorn, which is basically corn with some red and green peppers in it, but not very much. You could actually just buy, you could use frozen corn, just thaw it, and cut up your own peppers if you want to. But again, this is easy, and we're talking 5-minute apps here. So, and in fact, we've done all of our 5-minute apps already in about 10 minutes. So these are great for weeknights. This time of year especially, you get invited out to a party. There's so much going on in our lives that we really don't need to add to the stress. So that's why we wanted to give you some good ideas on things that you can whip up really quickly and easily. The next unhealthy thing that goes in this is a cup and a half of cheese. I don't normally eat or like orange cheese. However, I thought it would add some nice color, and nothing else in here is good for you, so why not just add some orange cheese to the mix? So that's all going to get mixed up. This makes a nice big batch too, so if you have a couple of parties to go to with smaller group of people, you can make a whole batch and then just put it into bowls. And then we're going to add hot sauce. You can use Texas Pete or Frank's or any hot sauce that you like. And you can add as much or as little as you like. I like to add a lot, as you can see. And we're going to mix this all together, which is also going to give it a little bit of orange color, make it sort of festive. And you want to actually put this into the fridge for a little while. It doesn't have to go in for too long, but it's great if it goes into the fridge before you serve it. It kind of helps it coalesce. That's not the right word, but whatever, you know what I mean. And that is basically it. Let me just double check that I got everything. Sour cream, mayonnaise, hot sauce, scallions, cheese, and Mexicorn. How simple is that? We're going to put this into a smaller bowl, making a mess as we go. And the other nice thing about these really quick apps is there's not a whole lot of cleanup. And most of what goes into these, in a lot of cases, is stuff that you probably have in your pantry anyway, so they're really handy for that. And I also wanted to mention that we have tons of bubbly. It is the season for bubblies. That is just a small section of champagnes, grower champagnes, and we have a cava, which is as the Spanish version of champagne. Again, next week we're going to be making cookies. I will be here with Mrs. Claus and one of the elves from the North Pole. We're going to make cookies, and then, so that's the 8th. On Friday, the 9th, as Mike said, it's Bright Night in Bath, which is really fun, and it's just beautiful. They put luminaria along the streets. It's just a lovely, lovely night to be out in town. Almost all the shops are open till 7 or 8. We're doing wine tasting from 5 to 8, so we'll have some good wines for that on discount for that night. So again, just to run through these again, we've got cheese whiz and chicken and a biscuit. We have Kelly's absolutely delightful smoked trout. We have, where'd they go? We have Diane's dates with blue cheese and prosciutto, and I ate one of these while Kelly was on, and they are delicious. That sweet and salty is really nice together. We've got Karen's beautiful shrimp dip, and then we have my not so beautiful, not so healthy, not so gourmet, but really delicious naughty Mexi dip. I don't know what its real name is. And happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.